Welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D, a place in which we cover astrology, psychic updates, as well as the twin flame path. I do come to you live on Fridays, and if you do click the bell, you get the updates by zodiac sign and more. And very importantly, we do have new hubs opening early in 2022 and beyond. Galaxy Pub for information content, as well as the Age of Aquarius magazine. So without further ado, let's get into the update for your zodiac sign. And if you need to see me live, as I mentioned, live on Fridays. Take two, Aries. Yes, we are here to do your update. So you're going to have a double whammy, really. You're going to have the channeled messages I had from the previous video and this one, because the audio is no good. And here at YILDIZ Readings, we make sure the audio is good because I do get in trouble otherwise. Now, all the information is at the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get into the update. Now, the one very heavy message I was getting for your zodiac sign is that there's this pressure cooker. And I'm going to pull a crystal card, if I can find my crystal cards here. And the pressure was coming in the previous video, really relating to those of you who are in a spiritual connection. Look, with your contracts and your connections at the moment, I am seeing a huge 360. And I do feel as though, and I just saw the heart chakra energy, it is passion, but it's also, some of you may feel really suppressed, like you're hitting a wall. And the other thing I was seeing, that if you're in a situation that really isn't working for you, you're really going to liberate yourself. You're just not going to put up with it. I do feel for some of you, you're wanting to connect to an individual of the past, and there was a little bit of transparency that needed clearing up. And with that transparency, I'm physically seeing, how do I put it? I'm seeing that there was a time where you felt you didn't maybe really want to be around anyone because misunderstandings were happening quite a bit. As we move forward, I feel that's clearing up and you're gaining confidence and momentum. I do feel moving towards the full moon in Aries, it can be a pivotal point, but even from the 18th moving forward, I see physical movement. Now, I do see in this reading, you're really, you're looking a bit cross, okay? I'm looking at this and it can be to do with contracts and connections. It breaks down to a 10. And the person, it's to do with emotions because it's a feminine coming through in the card, but you don't have to be a feminine. I'm feeling the emotions are pretty raw, and you know, you might have been second guessing yourself and saying, you know, who, and when I'm hearing the term, who do you think you are? I think it's to do with people's projection towards you, but it's also where you're actually having this epiphany about where your power is and wanting to take your power back. Getting to know the new you. Well, that's about right. We're having a full moon in Aries, and I'm seeing the red on the card, and I'm seeing the look in the eyes is like, you know, I thought that I wasn't going to have the courage to move forward. I thought that I could do this forever and a day. You're coming out of the cold. You're taking yourself out of the cold. You can be moving away from groups. In the previous connection of the read, there is a group that you're very connected to, and I feel you're returning to that group. And I do feel for some of you, it can be maybe on your side or their side. This is either work or love, and I'm seeing it as both in this instance. But I feel you're pulling yourself out of a very toxic scenario, and you're coming out of the cold yourself personally, but like attracts like. It's like you're attracting these things directly towards you. I feel initially you might have gone through a stage where your confidence was a little bit shook. Now, I feel, like I mentioned, as we're moving forward, I don't think that's going to be the reality anymore, Aries, and I do feel you coming through the gate quite fiery. And it's almost like you're having this grand entry and arrival, and I do feel you're going to be quite forthright. There is a lot of passion coming through, but it's going to be directed in the right location. And I think you're moving beyond fair. In the past position, yes, there was a lot of fear, okay? There was a lot of feeling like you were held behind the gate, feeling like nothing was working. I don't really feel that's going to be there anymore. I do feel there's physical movement. And I also feel that you're no longer willing to sell your soul to the devil, so to speak, and it's the devil in the detail. It's like, okay, what if this happens? What if that happens? I do just really feel that you're not limiting yourself, not allowing the fear-based frequency to control you, but you've been very transparent. I do see you having a transparent conversation. This potentially can be with an external energy that isn't respecting boundaries. And I do feel you're putting your foot down quite firmly, yet wild. It's like, you like I said, you're coming out of the gate pretty fiery, Aries, but you're not putting up with no sass. I do feel if someone's trying to push you to think or react or be or do, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. You are going to be quite forthright with that communication, and I do see you potentially even losing your patience. Now, I'm not seeing this to be a bad thing in this instance. If you are really triggered, always get grounded. I don't feel this is aggressive as per se. I feel it's more you're putting your foot down and you're drawing a line in the sand, and I feel, especially from the 18th, you know, you're using your time wisely. You're not going to be wasting it on, people that don't earn it. But I feel you've directly earned it inside of your spiritual path. I feel for some of you, you are seeing the blessing in individuals. For some of you, it's either you're receiving a gift or you're giving a gift to somebody else. This conversation, it's been a long time coming, and I feel with this conversation with this particular individual, you really wish you could go back to yesterday and make choices differently, but you also realise that, you know, that's maybe not possible, but you're ready to put the best foot forward now. Some of you could be feeling regret. It's like, why did I choose that path, or why is this not happening? Again, I would kind of sit with it. I do feel some of you still may feel, due to that experience, that cause and effect, okay? Now, I was listening to a really interesting video the other day, and I was just stumbled across it, and it was to do with jealousy. But it was more to do with people's energy in the mix of it. And there was one analogy that was used in this video, which was perfect, really. And it was more to do with the conditioning and the mindsets of how we can, like the laws of attraction, be in a particular vibration. You know, karmic energies and things to that degree, we can kind of tag and we can compartmentalize. When we're in a vibration and we're physically believing cause and effect, making the same cake, I'm always going to get the same outcome, we do live with it for a while. I do feel in your past, because you had mixed or dealt with certain situations for a long time, you kind of felt that there was always going to be a cause and effect and it was going to be negative. And I feel you're liberating yourself beyond that now, and you're kind of saying, look, there doesn't have to be a price. It doesn't, although I can't turn time back and I can't change the things that happened, not necessarily does there have to be a cost if I physically pull away from something or move towards something. I do feel you need to be cautious with that viewpoint because we do have power. Now, the energy for your zodiac sign, and especially channeling it, I was getting a lot of base chakra and crown chakra. I feel this week moving into the end of the month, especially with your spiritual path and your love life as well as career, I'm very firmly seeing you're trying to restructure. You're trying to bust through that gate, and I do feel you're going to bust through it. So it's very positive. But please understand, and I'm noticing the salt shaker, and I say this on YouTube all the time, you know, be it that it's your workplace, be it it's a person, a tribe, a connection, we also are part of that, and it's important to ask ourselves what's correct for us. Don't necessarily feel that you have to keep doing something that isn't working for you. It's almost like salt on a wound. So if we're breaking that pattern, yes, initially, it can feel very frightening. It can feel very nerve-wracking. It is only because you're fearing the same is going to happen. But if you do have your intentions in hand, and I feel you're moving beyond this, you're going to realize that's actually not true. Okay, what is crossing this situation? What is the crystal to open that? And I feel it's to do with fear. So again, base chakra and sacral chakra. There is a lot of red coming through. There is a lot of momentum. So I do feel you move beyond it, but I feel it's as we kind of go through this next week, this can be communication from the past. It may trigger you temporarily. It is important for both parties to be quite transparent, but at the same time create a sort of like a special place where we can be transparent without attacking each other. And I feel if we can do that quite transparently, with only speaking from our own perspective to hear that other human being out, I feel this can be quite successful for you, and it is going to cause healing. Now, we are going to go into the extension. If you do want it, the link is below. Otherwise, the extension also and the information for bookings is at the end of this video. Take care, guys. I'll see you live on YouTube and on Wednesdays in the Twin Flame Hub. The link for the Members Hub is directly below. We also do have additional videos coming. Galaxy Pub is launching early 2022. Anything spiritual, the subjects covered on that channel. Very separately, we have the Age of Aquarius. Now, you can go onto the website. The VIP list is there. And when it's ready to launch, I will give you those updates. Bookings online and webinars as well. Live every Friday at 10 a.m. on the main platform. And 3 sessions a month at $11 in the Twin Flame Hub. Do keep an eye on the community tab because I am automating posts and giving you updates for the moon energies by zodiac sign. Love and light. I will see you throughout the week, both live and for your zodiacs. Take very good care, and I'll see you on the other side.